Well, I just noticed here, I didn't see it before, but this window, the top runner's knackered. And they've taped up the window. I don't think that will pass inspection. I think I have some of that runner. This one's not bad. Yeah, I think I have some of that runner because I don't think they'll pass inspection like that. Not a bad job to do. A lot easier than the old Defender windows. Getting the glass out of these old station wagons is kind of easy. All you got to do is drill out the pop rivets and the glass will come. Well, then you've got access to pull this seal out here. Now it should be screwed in there, I'm not really sure. We'll have to play around with that, but the seal, the runner actually looks quite good. So I think what we'll do is we'll try popping the glass in, but I'll show you something else that we need to rectify as well. This is the catch, and it's supposed to have a little spring and a pin in there, but that's missing. Also, it's supposed to have two rubbers in here. Obviously they've been natural rubber and they've just given up, so I'm just going to see if I can cut a couple of bits of rubber out of some sheet. I've got some old inner tube, that would do, and we can see if we can rectify those. Well, I got the glass out. That was kind of easy. I've left that one in because the runner's not too bad. I don't know how it's actually popped out, but what I need to do now is get a screwdriver and take this runner off to fit the glass. I've noticed that the rubbers that go through and hold the catch on sort of kind of knackered, and what happens is the catch falls down and then there's a little piston or a little pin inside that falls out, and then you're on the hiding to nothing, then they all start rattling. Let me go to the bench and I'll show you how I did it. These are quite an easy fix. What happens is on these runners here, the rubber gives up on here, allows this to drop and rumble about, and then a little pin like this drops out, and you might be able to see it just in there. This falls out, drops out, and then everything, all the hell breaks loose. So this goes in here, and then when you press this button, it locks it in place. Now it's not a very good example now, for the simple reason we haven't got it fastened up, because if I go like that it'll come out. But the pins are really easy to make if you lose them. A little 1/4 inch bolt, and then I put them in cut them down to around about that size, you'll have to guess. Put them in the chuck and then buff them over in the grinder whilst it's running. Pretty easy. The next thing you need to do is make some rubber washers. Easy. You want a piece of tube. Here's an old tool that I've never used. Put a sharp edge on it so it's nice and, well, sharp really. Bit of bicycle inner tube, you can get that from a passing cyclist when he's fallen over. This is approximately, I shall tell you my calibre. This is approximately 27 or 28 millimeters. I can say that because it's already set in millimeters. So we'll put that, whenever you're going to use a punch, use it on the end grain of wood. Don't use it this way, use it on the end grain, and you'll find out it comes out really nice. Like that. Then you need a smaller punch, the size of the hole or size of the pin, with a bit of wriggle room, because I'm never so accurate with this. Let's do that. Let's see, where's the centre of that? Approximately there. It's a Land Rover, you don't have to be that close. There we go. New washers. You want 2 of them. I've got one already, so let's do the other washer and then we'll come back. How this works is very primitive. I was going to take it apart, but it's a bugger. The reason is there's a spring in here and a plastic plunger here, And if you look very closely here, there's a pin, so you're not going to get it out because the pin doesn't come through the other side. So by trial and tribulation, you want to end up with a pin like that. With a bit of luck, it'll fall down. Wow, how's that? And we're going to use a bit of my lithium grease, if you've got any left over from your clutch fork. If you want to buy them, they're in the shop. A little bit of lithium grease in there. Pop it in, and that will last till lunchtime. So now all you got to do is assemble this piece. Now, because we haven't, this is going to be a pretty tricky one. The outer one is already in place. I'm not going to move that. Alright, I'm not going to move that one. But this one I need to take the inner runner off. So I'm going to do that right now. What a fiddly faff on these side windows are. If you've done Defender doors, you'll know that they have some countersunk screws behind the felt. You know, the runners. Well, I'm sure these must be done on the bench before they actually put these cars together, because they are sort of, they're alright to get the screws out, but they're a complete bastard to get them back in again because you can't see what you're doing. And also, these little catches, like I made these little pins here. Well, I've lost 2 of them because they fell down inside the gutter and they ain't going to come out even with a magnet. They're a bugger. So I'm on the last stages now, but just beware, if you're building up a station wagon, put the windows in. Once these sides are painted, don't leave it till it's on the car. They are a nightmare. Well, I got them fitted. And the lock. Hurrah. So that works now. They fit nice, and unlike a Defender one that rattled like a pea in a drum, these are going to be fine. Am I going to do the other side? No siree. All I was concerned about is that the window was hanging out and held in by tape, which is not good for inspection. Owner can do them, but then again he can watch this video and find out how difficult they are to do. The little countersunk screws that go in here, like I say, they're the same as a Defender, little tiny things, and some have a drill point on, some don't. Yeah, tricky to get back in. Not impossible, but it really does test your patience. So anyway, that's that done.